Greetings and welcome, my friend, to another one of my episodes here in my beautiful strength video series. This is another workout video where I'm detailing how I would program the pull chain workouts, focusing on the two fundamental core exercises in the beautiful strength workout system. This, of course, will involve two exercises that really comprehensively works your entire back, your grip, your arms, your biceps, but also creates quite a bit of stability in your hips. So we're warming up here with a lot of things that move our shoulders and stabilize the hips at the same time. We started off previously with cat-cow. Now we have these twisted side T planks here. I'm focusing on keeping my glutes tight and utilizing plenty of tension in my traps and my lats. On each of those positions where I hold my arms straight up, I am physically squeezing the floor, pressing downwards the same way I'm doing right here. I'm warming up my lats and creating a great deal of scapular and spinal stability, loosening up the shoulders. And then finally, we have a reaching bridge variation. Bridges have always been kind of a bit of a bugaboo for me. I've never really had all that much extension mobility, probably from years being on a bike racing and not really stretching out. But this nonetheless is a great exercise for me. You're getting some of that rotational work. You're extending up with the hips, getting the glutes and the hamstrings on. Again, I'm still paying attention to activating my lats. So as I transition over to my right arm, I'm using my right lat to engage. Getting a little bit of seated twist here, a la Convict Conditioning 2's trifecta. This is one of those techniques that I've been utilizing more with clientele just as part of their warm-up or their cool-down, and it's really been helping me with my tight hips and lumbar spine. And once again, yes, I am still focusing on keeping my back tight, creating scapular stability, pressing down into the floor very hard, loosening things up, but also creating a lot of rigidity in my spine. So we're starting off, we have two exercises. Of course, our main core exercise here in the Beautiful Strength Challenge is the classic pull-up. Now, I do a lot of my pull-ups a relatively close grip here. This is a medium level of resistance for me, but you, of course, use whatever push-up or pull-up progressions, rather, are suitable for you. I'm getting roughly about 12 to 14 reps on this first one. Not quite burning myself out, but I want to get a good kind of pump in the muscle. I want to get the blood flowing, and as always, trying to get a good even distribution of tension throughout my arms and my back in particular. I don't want to feel like it's all in the biceps or all in the back or all in the shoulders. I want it all throughout my entire pull chain. And then our second exercise, we have the single arm row. This is very similar to like the dumbbell lat row or cable lat row that you might find elsewhere in bodybuilding programs. Same basic idea. Fundamentally, you should be doing the same thing with your body. I'm utilizing my lats for a great deal of stability. You can kind of see I'm taking my time transitioning back and forth, paying attention to plenty of inward pulling action with my lats. I'm also making sure I've got a lot of tension in my hamstrings and my glutes to keep my body nice and rigid. I'm trying to minimize any sort of twisting that I have here, and I think I'm getting about 6 repetitions for that first set. Okay, so after a rest, as always, just rest as needed. I haven't really gone back and forth as if I'm rushing through this, but I'm not getting distracted either. I have yet another set of pull-ups. You may, if you saw the first pull chain Beautiful Strength workout that I posted, I was going much slower. Now I'm trying to have a lot more power. And you can see here my fatigue is really building up because on the second set of pull-ups, I barely got 6 repetitions. And that's because both of these exercises back and forth are fundamentally the same thing. They're working the same muscles, pull chain, of course, so it's all back, biceps, shoulders. So they're not really allowing me to rest. Putting the arm behind the back a little bit when you're doing the single arm row also gives you a little bit more resistance because you're transitioning your weight distribution just a bit. If I have my hand on my lap there, it's a little bit more weight on my feet. Putting my arm behind my back brings a little bit more weight to the actual working arm. I know it seems like a fairly small, trivial thing, but give it a try and you might find you're dialing in the tension just a little bit more than normal. So then pull-ups, last regular dynamic set here, just getting what I can. I gave myself a little bit more of a break because I wanted to get some more repetitions than before. Still trying to be very focused on keeping my entire body under control, squeezing my back in towards the spine, big range of motion. And then this will be here my last set of the single arm rows. I'm using a little bit more of a supinated grip here, getting a little bit more focus in the bicep just because I'm not doing any single joint exercises here like I did in the previous workout. And it's always nice to get a satisfying bicep pump, getting about 5 or 6 repetitions. I'm pretty far down for doing this type of exercise. Usually when I have people do this, I have them back at an angle, but I wanted to really emphasize a lot of resistance and really put a lot of tension in the pull chain, still trying to keep it in the back and the shoulders as well as the biceps and the arm. And just because it was fun, I felt like I wanted to do some more vertical pulling stuff, but I was like, you know what? I don't think I have it in me for a lot more repetitions, so I'm doing an isometric finisher. And for this, I'm glancing over at the clock there, holding the pull-up position for about 30 seconds, really focusing on keeping even tension distribution throughout my entire pull chain. So my entire back is working, my biceps, my grip, my shoulders. I don't want to feel like I'm creating emphasis anywhere. I want to have a lot of tension everywhere, and that was certainly accomplished here. I was very pleased with that. Feels a lot better than before, and that's how I finish off. Thank you very much for watching. Be fit and live free.